Hi everyone, I'm Claire.
And I'm Ben.
And we are your dental besties.
Making dentistry fun. That was better.
Was that really nasal?
Yeah.
Hi everyone, I'm Claire.
Hi everyone, I'm Claire.
I don't know why I did that.
No, me neither.
Oh my God, it's the hay fever. It's getting the better of me.
There's no hay in here.
No, but the pollen is just floating around, isn't it? It's just always there. Okay, I've got a question for you. Well, I say a question. It's not a question. It was something I saw on the forum, and I thought to myself, that resonates with me because I actually have worked at a practice that did this to me. Not anymore, because I wouldn't stand for it. And if someone said to me now, I'd be like, nah, it's not happening. But it happened there. I don't know. I just felt like I couldn't speak up for myself a little bit there compared to like how I am as a clinician now. But basically, I'll just glide over it. It said that they were getting an influencer in. So the practice were getting an influencer in and they were going to be providing treatment for the influencer. The influencer was going to be filming the whole thing and then putting it on their social media, I guess, but tagging the practice. And the treatment obviously was going to be free. I suppose actually saying that out loud makes it sound like it shouldn't be free because that's like giving away treatment for, it's like an incentive, isn't it? Is that even GDC compliant? Ethical? As it was coming out my mouth, I was like, this isn't GDC compliant. So yes, what's your thoughts on that?
What, on the influencer or the free treatment?
So if first things first, getting recorded in your appointment, would you allow that? And the second one is like the free treatment, yeah, self-employed, percentage basis.
I think marketing has changed a lot. Like, it's moving away, well, depending on where you practice in, I'm going to take London, for example. It's moving away from this word of mouth. And I still think word of mouth is the strongest kind of pull for a practice. But everyone wants to be like big on social media and they want to follow in. And they think that if you've got loads of followers, then you're going to be the best clinicians and best practice. So I can see why practices are doing it. Do I think it's right? Probably not. I don't know. I think it should be more of a collaborative thing. So the influencer could be like, look, this is what I can bring to your practice. I've got this many followers. Also, so what? Like, if you are, I don't know, a hemorrhoid cream influencer, yeah, and you've got 100,000 followers who want to learn all about hemorrhoids, then you having free dental treatment, they're going to be like, stuff like I'm not here for that.
The number means nothing at that point.
Yeah, it means nothing. So, but I don't mean to like bash practice owners, but I think sometimes they don't see that. They're just like, oh, they've got 50,000 followers. Like, we need to get them in. They're an influencer. So, like, what are the influencers and who are the influencers and what's the audience? They can't have those conversations because they don't understand it. They just think that person's going to bring loads of patients to the practice. Also, are they international? Is it a national? Is it like a local influencer who is really big? Like, say, for instance, Oxford, they do loads of stuff in Oxford, like local businesses. And that's a different type of influencer. You're going to get a different clientele than someone who does travel videos in Oxford. Yeah. Because their audience is people not in Oxford. So why are they going to travel there? Yeah. So that's a point. And I think if you are going to bring someone on for marketing, if you think of any other like avenue or pathway or whatever within marketing, it's a collaborative thing. So they come in like PR companies, like, this is what we're going to be doing, we're going to work with you. Whereas an influencer is usually just like, come in, we'll give you free treatment, and then you just post about it. But that's not for your practice. I wouldn't like it. I wouldn't mind it as much if the practice was like, this is the way we're going to go. We want to see if it works. We've done our research. We think that they've got a good reach for our audience as well. So we've invited the influencer in. We'll have an hour chat within the team. You can ask any questions. They can ask you questions. You can go through maybe what you're comfortable filming, what you're not comfortable filming. Yeah. That's a very different experience. And the influencer is probably going to get better content because you can be like, right, you'd record this bit now and we can splice it together, than just a camera in the corner and then they're going to cut the bits, because then you might be like, that's not a crucial part. Like, you don't need to include that in your 30-second video or whatever. The other thing is free treatment. I'd be like, no. I think it cheapens the value. You can give them like a discount, or the practice can pay you to do the treatment. But we're self-employed. We shouldn't am I getting anything from this? Are you tagging me in the video? Like, is this a video just about hygiene or how a therapist works within a practice? If it's not, then it's practice marketing, so practice needs to pay me for it.
Yeah. If you're not benefiting on a business level yourself, then why would you give up your time and money?
Yeah, and I think if it was me in that, I'd be like, okay, then that's fine. You can provide whatever free treatment you want, but I want to know the ins and the outs. What patients am I going to get? I'd far rather just my current patients be like, look, if you like the treatment, I do have some availability. Yes, because my patients are always like, you're so busy, you can never get in. But I'm like, I do have some availability. I'm opening up a new day. If you like me as your hygienist, then tell friends, family, I'm opening up a new day, so I'm going to take on some new patients. Fine. I know those patients are going to be loyal, but quite often with this sort of like influencer, mega influencer, the patients that come are looking for something that's not, it's like a one-off treatment.
Yeah.
It might be like a course of Invisalign, some bonding, and then they want to go back to their dentist, or they don't come back. I don't know. That's just my...
No, I agree with you. And I think it's a really good point that you made about just because they're an influencer with a following doesn't mean that following is going to benefit your business, because, yeah, you could have 50,000 followers in Dubai. That ain't going to do anything for you.
Yeah, well, so what? You got 50,000 followers in Dubai? Like,
yeah. Like, that's not going to be coming to your practice in Oxford.
what are they influencing?
Yeah. It needs to make sense. And I think, if I'm honest, I don't, so I've got like people on Instagram that I like watching. So like, it's maybe something I'm into at the minute. It's kind of fitness stuff, right? And I'll watch it. And as soon as I have a video where I'm like, you are selling something that someone has paid you to say, I'm out. Like, I am switched off, because I'm like, you've been paid to say that. And I can't stand that influencer marketing anymore.
I don't want to say that we are influencers, but we're like micro influencers, and we have done stuff for industry, and we have been paid to promote stuff. And we see ourselves, if we're being open and honest, that when we promote something and we've put ad on it, our likes, our engagement, our insights are all down compared to an organic video where we're posting something genuine about our life or about what we're doing in practice. There is a difference. You do see a difference.
There is
and I think companies, they just see the reach. Like, we want to work with this person and this person, this person. Well, why? Oh, they've got 5,000 followers, and I'm like, yeah, but who are the followers? Like, who? It makes no sense. There's this disconnect. All they see is the followers. I'm going to get told off, so I'm going to just put my phone on focus mode. Sorry.
What's the engagement with their following? Have they got engagement with the dental industry people that are following them, or have they only got like 12 likes on that post? Do you know what I mean? Like,
exactly.
Have you got people that are commenting on everything that they're saying and doing?
Us, for instance, if a company comes to us, I can't think of a company. Just say a dental company comes to us. And if they said to me, look, we really want to push commercial, we want more kind of patient engagement, I'd be like, go to Claire. Like, my social media is a lot more industry than it is commercial. Yours is probably more commercial than it is industry.
I don't know what mine is anymore. Mine's a bit lost, if I'm honest. I've fallen out of love a little bit with it all. I like to think as well. So I actually had a company contact me either this week or last week. I think it was this week. I only read it this week anyway.
So probably last year.
Yeah, probably was, to be fair. And it was like, we want to send you this product, and all we'd want from you is that you post about it for, a 30-second post, telling people what your genuine thoughts are on the product. And no, it wasn't even that. No, it was, want to send you this product, will you create a video? It wasn't even like, it doesn't matter what your thought is, can you post about it? So if I hated it, technically I could say I hate it. No, it was more on the lines of, can you create a video for us? And I'll be honest with you, I didn't reply. So I didn't even send a message back saying, no, I haven't replied. I will reply. But my answer will be no, because I don't recommend the product. I've never used the product myself. And so how can I create an organic video of anything positive when it's not something that I use? It's not something I'm recommending on a regular basis. And I'd like to think people can see that I'm only going to talk about things I use or do or see, and I think, that'd be beneficial for someone else to bring into their workflow. Like, that's how I want to be seen. I just tapped my microphone. That's how I want to be seen. And I think it would discredit me if I just worked with people for working with people's sake. And I think that's why when I see some influencers and they're like, 1 minute they're talking about Puma, the next minute they're talking about Nike, and then they're talking about this and I think, God, you're just getting paid and you'll talk about it. So now I can't believe anything you say.
Yeah, but you see it in our industry as well. You've got people promoting like 7, 8 different companies and then talking like smack about one company, and then the next thing they're like, I love this product, and I'm like, you literally just said like you're like, it completely discredits everything you say. I'm the same. Like, I'm all about authenticity. Yeah, I work with Listerine, and yes, I get paid by Listerine to promote it, but that was a cause. That's more like a passion project for me, because it does get a lot of stick.
You have to be passionate to do that one. Yeah,
exactly. You have to be passionate. Like, there's not, especially like 4 years ago when I started working with them, if you had said that we're the Listerine in a room with hygienists, they would have just dragged you.
Yeah.
But it's like, the scientific evidence, clinical evidence is there to support it. It's included in our guidelines, and DBOH has changed. No one knows about any of these things. So I'm going to make it my mission to use what little platform I've got, not to force anyone to do it. I don't want to make anyone like, you have to use Listerine, you have to do this, you have to do that. But I've gone through such kind of a process and learned so much about it, and obviously worked with Prof. Chappell, worked with Laura, that I just thought, do you know what, if I can just disseminate some information so it saves someone from having to do all the work that I've had to do, and they can make their own clinical mind up. Like, if you want to use it, use it. If you don't want to use it, then don't use it. But the evidence is there to support it, then fine. But I feel confident being able to do that. What I wouldn't feel confident doing is working for Colgate toothpaste, working for Listerine, then doing like something for Oral-B, and then maybe doing a little bit for Philips. Because I'm like, well, what message am I trying to send here? Yeah, all products are great. That's not really... Do you know what I mean? Yeah,
because you can be a well-rounded clinician and know what's in all of the products and how it's going to benefit patients. That's different. Like, we expect everyone. Whenever I lecture, I always say it's so important that we learn the evidence, the science, the technology on everything, because a patient's going to come to you using something. You need to know what is in that and does that meet their needs on that day, because it might, but it also might not. So then we need to know, like, what do they need to use to meet their needs? So we do need to be well-rounded clinicians and know everything about everything. But then what you stand by and what you believe in terms of like, oh, I like the evidence in that. And I've seen anecdotally, maybe with your own patients, that this has worked, blah, blah, blah. And then if you're going to be an influencer, you need to stand by the things that you believe in, but stick to the things you actually do, and not the conflict and not conflicting, like you just said there, because they're very conflicting. Some of those are very conflicting things, like from one side of the spectrum to the other.
And also the other thing, I'm just going to say it, as we're being authentic and genuine, is, do you know when some people are so desperate and they're like desperate to work with a company and all you hear is about this company and I'm like, oh my God, give it a rest. Like, we'll get it. You like them. Like, simmer down. Do you know what I mean? I'm always like, you're going on mute. I can't deal with this. It's like getting rammed down your throat. And I'm like, I don't need to know 10 posts a week about how great something is.
Yeah, I suppose, especially with influencer marketing, there is a saturation point, isn't there?
Yeah.
So it needs to be drip fed. Let's drip feed the information. But yeah, I think when it comes, if we like circle back to influencer marketing, when it comes to advertising it for the practice and not obviously like commercial, but on a practice level, I definitely think that practice owners, and if you are listening and you are a practice owner and that's the route you want to go down, you really need to speak to the people who are involved in that, because they also need to consent to videos.
Yeah.
And like you said, have a meeting, go through what you're going to do so the patient can consent. And then it can be like, this would be a good time to get the, to stop and start the video, whatever. This is what I feel comfortable with. This is what I don't feel comfortable with. Half of that appointment might be assessment, which is going to be quite a boring video for them anyway. So, and then I would be like, can we talk about why are we doing assessment?
Yeah.
Talk about, and then have your say on what you want in that video. So it's not just stuff that so I remember I did a video once and we had a guy who does our videos where I work, and he's great. He's really, really great. And he recorded the whole thing. And then when he came to put it on the social media, it looked great. It was really professional, looked fantastic, completely missed out one of the steps of the things that I do. So almost made it, and obviously my colleagues are going to be watching this. I was thinking, I can't share this, because you'll be like, Claire, where is your assessment phase? Or like, where is your, I think it was, he missed out, I think he missed out ultrasonic scale or something. Like it was something like fundamental. So it was like calculus, and then it was like, and then the patient left. It looked like I just missed out a whole like step. And I was like, oh, if he'd have just like spoke to me before he put it out there, because I always say to them, before you put anything out, run it by me first, so I can look at it and make sure. Because if I'm being put out there, I need everything I say, everything I do to be following guidelines or looking, being professional, and I need control of that. Just putting it out there without me, passing and saying, yeah, that's fine, takes away my control of that. So I saw that video and I was like, yeah, I wouldn't have said yes to that. I would have said, oh, you missed out a whole bit. Can you put that in? And it was probably because they were trying to cut it down by 30 seconds, but still. And it was only a little thing, but I did think to myself, I really want to get that passed by me next time.
I don't know whether it's because we're millennials and we're kind of like straddling both sides of the fence. Do you know what I mean? Like we didn't grow up with social media. It was something that was like later on in our life that we can kind of see both sides. But I don't know. I think there's maybe a boundary or a line, and I don't know whether sometimes that gets blurred. I think social media has been really good at breaking down barriers. So like within a dental practice, it's not like the room and the surgery like what we used to think it was, like when you went in, like the smell, do you know what I mean? Or like is the old white guy as a dentist and then like the young like kid as a nurse, do you know? Like those types of barriers have like gone, and those stereotypes have gone. Great. And I think social media has played a good part in that. We're human beings, like we do have lives, and we've talked about this when we're doing like a professionalism podcast. But it's also like you're still a health profession, and I still think you have to have some level of I don't know what I'm trying to say, like not secrecy, but like not everything has to be on social media. And I think practices think that if they're not on social media and they don't have the following, then they're not doing well. But there are some really good clinicians who just aren't asked about social media and they don't need to be in the spotlight. And there are some clinicians who maybe don't have that level of experience, but just desperately want to be something. And I think it's not about how many followers you get on Instagram. It's, in my mind, like earning your stripes in surgery. You've got your patient feedback. You're doing the best. And I'm not saying that they're not doing the best for their patients, but the focus is different. I probably haven't conveyed that very well, and I don't mean to offend anyone.
No. But I think you're saying do the legwork. What's it called? Earn your stripes is probably a good way of explaining it. It's like get those years under your belt so that your focus is on that, becoming good at that before you focus. Then you're able to focus on two things.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen people running like composite courses, and they qualified last year, and I'm like, how? Like, I've qualified 15 years ago, and I don't think I'd feel confident enough to do a composite course. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, what are you getting out of that? What are you putting into it? Like, where's your experience come from? And
great, you've got an entrepreneurial like spirit, but like you say, get your experience so that when you're doing it, you're coming from a place of years under your belt. And experience counts for something. Like that's one of the things I'd be looking at if I was going to be doing a
experience. I was talking to the students at Cardiff about this because they were just talking. I had like a brief discussion about what it's like in practice. It's experience. Like experience is going to be the thing that gets you out that hole that you've dug yourself into. Going to help with your clinical judgments and decisions. At uni, it's hard because you just want to know. You want to set protocol. This is what I'm going to do, and this is what I'm going to follow. But 1 + 1 = 2, but then 0.5 plus 0.5 plus 0.5 plus 0.5 equals 2. Do you know what I mean? So like there are multiple different ways to get to the end.
Yeah.
And I think that's where your experience comes in because you have such an array of patients.
And you need to treat the Howards to be able to, and if you're running a course, you need to be able to go, do you know what, things aren't going to go right. Do you know what, something happened the other day? So one of the dentists that I work with, Brandon, he did a post the other day and I was like, clap my hands at this. He posted something that went wrong. And he went, because not everything goes right, but I fixed it. And he didn't really go into the fixing of it. It was just like, phew, glad I fixed that. But he was like, because not everything goes right. And not everything is going to be smooth and not everything. And I just thought, yeah.
But I think this is the issue with social media. It's kind of related, but I've got like a gums guy. Obviously the gums guy is my dental
podcast.
Instagram. And I've got my Pilates Instagram because I wanted the algorithm to like separate me out.
Yeah.
I post videos on my Pilates one, like just going through exercises or flows for a class, da, 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 da. And then one time I had like loads of videos where I'd like tried to do an exercise, couldn't do it, or like something had gone wrong, or I forgot the wrong springs or whatever. And I just kind of spiced them all together and then created a video and I posted it. It was like got the most comments ever of people being like, yes, well done, like finally.
Yeah.
Because we see social media as a platform to show our achievements off, but what we're not showing is the shit that we've all gone through to get there.
Yeah.
So people now think it's just super easy.
Yeah.
I just want to get to that point. I want to be that person. Well, yeah, okay, you might get there. It's taken me 8 years of bloody constant hard work to get to this point. 15 years for me to get to this point. Like, it wasn't easy. It's not. I didn't just wake up and be like, yeah, I'm going to run the course.
Yeah. So that's so important. Absolutely. I really like that. And yeah, we make podcasting look easy, but if you've got 15 grand a year to put into it, then
yeah, and the rest, Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Oh, dearie me. No, I find it really, really fascinating. I love this whole thing. Do you know what I actually think when I'm thinking from a marketing perspective now, like as a consumer? I love when I'm on social media, I will spend time on the videos that are going to give me value. So they're teaching me something. And so actually I like to, I mean, we shouldn't learn. We're in an industry where we absolutely can't stand the fact that people go and try and learn off social media. Like they think that they know everything about dentistry because they've watched TikTok. And so I hate that side of things. But when it comes to little snippets of information, and I'm probably thinking about fitness again, but I like to sort of get little snippets and little tips and tricks. But I saw one the other day and it was just a woman. She was sat just talking to camera. She had a hand on her face like this and she was going, so, you know, I've run like 100 marathons. She's like, I'm a professional runner. Let me give you a few tips that are going to save you on the day. Literally, they are the slightest little things that you won't even think about, but they will save you on the day. And I thought, okay, she's got me. And I was listening, and it was just her talking to camera. She just gave 10 really quick tips, 5 of which I was like, handy. And that was it. And I was like, I got more from that. And I would be, if she was not selling things, because she wasn't selling anything, but she was giving advice. But had there been anything in there that she said,
yeah,
she could have slipped in something.
Get this drink.
Yeah, like she was like, oh, and then something that, you know, do you know what I mean? But in a way that it was slipped in and it was, you know, completely. But then, if it's an ad, you have to say ad as well, don't you? So it's like obvious.
But I think that's good that you have to do that now.
I do, absolutely. Which, I mean, if you...
Didn't used to.
No, you didn't used to. Yeah. So it could look a bit more organic probably back in the day. But actually, I like it sometimes when people are like, do you know what, this isn't an ad. I have paid for it, but I like it.
Yeah.
They could then go on to work for that company later, but that ad wasn't paid for. Like, do that.
Yeah, do that.
I'd rather know that you didn't get paid. You just really like the product because you bought it and you actually endorse it. Like, I'm
seeing these things at the minute and I really like, now I'm in my skincare era. And it's dermatologists and it's like dermatologists rank these products and there's like 10 different cleansers and they're like minus 10 out of 10 causes loads of dryness, like 100 out of 10 amazing product, go buy it. And it's just like really quick, but I'm like, I love that.
Yeah,
but I think companies need to change, industry needs to change, because it increases the reach, I suppose, because people are watching it, so they're familiarizing themselves with what it is, like a product or a company. But in terms of engagement and like organic, genuine engagement, it's not the same as authentic content.
It'll always be superior, won't it? Do you know who would be a good person to get on the podcast to talk about marketing?
Who?
Darren.
Oh, yeah.
Is Darren sat over there now going, everything they're talking is bollocks? Or is he like,
yeah, he's like, what?
We should get Darren on the podcast.
Yeah.
Let's interview Darren.
Podcast Darren on the podcast.
Yeah. Yeah, because I think people need to like learn this stuff and then come to Darren and pay for
especially if you were, especially because we talked so much about our own business equipment and stuff, but we don't talk about promoting ourselves.
Yeah. I think it's so when I first got my job, when I left the army, I went to a practice that they didn't have a hygienist, and I was like, I can work direct access, and they'd never had a hygienist. They were like, what is this direct access? It was 2013, so it like literally had just come into play. Yeah. And so I went on a local radio station because I knew that little mining town were like, honestly, it's like you don't leave this little mining town. Everyone doesn't go, like they go on holiday within the mining town. Like, it literally is one of those little places. So I was like, they all listen to the local radio station. So went on the local radio station, did a leaflet drop in like specific areas, and went into the local newspaper and things like that. Again, like just local stuff, because that's my audience. Like, I don't need to go, far reach or anything like that. Probably a little bit before I was on social media, but it wasn't used for anything.
Like Facebook back then.
Yeah. And I got like loads of patients direct access that way. And then word of mouth was the other thing.
Yeah, word of mouth is so powerful.
Yeah. So that's what I did. That was like obviously back in the day before socials. But, going and being active in local groups and stuff like that. Like, I'm not saying go and drop an advert in there, but be active in there. Give advice in there to what people are saying. If there's a dental question, be the person in the community that answers all those stuff, and give value, then you'll receive in return, that kind of thing. I think it's all about giving value. I think it's so important.
Agreed.
So it shouldn't just be take. You got to give. And that's the other thing. I think a lot of people have like information in their brain. Like, I've got to a point now where you'll probably find on our website, you're like, Claire, you're giving it all away. Because I'm like, it's no good just being in my brain. Like,
I'm all for helping people up the ladder. If you can get further than what we can go and then help someone else, go for it.
Yeah. Like, I created something for someone, and then I was like, there's no point me doing that for one person when other people could use it as well. Boom, it's on there.
I think there are some people who are like really protectionist over, like, I'm not going to tell you how I got here. And you're like, why?
Yeah, I'll help.
I'll literally help anyone.
Yeah. Same, which is why we pay a fortune to do this podcast. No, well, just to put out there, EMS kindly sponsor the podcast as well. So we do put a fair chunk in, but they do sponsor it too. So we should make note of that and say thank you to EMS, because they do help us, don't they, to be able to give whatever value we think we're giving to people.
That's it. Just very briefly, like, I think there's a big difference between ads and just industry sponsors. Industry sponsor is just them kind of giving back to the community, the profession, whatever else. We are under no obligation to talk about EMS equipment. We don't have to put in an ad. We don't have to say everyone needs to be doing GBT. They've just given us kind of the ability to do the podcast.
Yeah. And get whatever message we feel is beneficial that day.
Yeah, like
whatever we want to talk about. It's nice to have a bit of freedom to just say what you feel, and then listen to it back afterwards and go, we ain't posting that podcast.
Yeah, not that one. We'll have that one, not that one.
Oh no, well, do you know what? You should know this is warts and all, because we literally do post. There is no editing, is there?
Yeah. And I think that's the way it should be.
Yeah, there's
no filter. There's no kind of like script.
No, if you say anything, like if a swear word comes out, it comes out. It's good fun. We love it. Okay, well, thank you for that. I enjoyed that one. That was actually a really interesting topic, and one I think we're going to elaborate on, because I do like the idea of getting Darren onto the camera. I know he likes to sit behind the other side of it, but I'm going to go and speak to him now.
And we're going to go to Sarah and Wagamamas.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. Well, let's do that now. So if you like this episode, please do like, comment and share, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.